Look at that.
No on YouTube.
Will you enjoy this one? This is
Yeah.
mostly lying down on the floor, which is rather pleasant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't like your legs straight on the floor, just feel free to bend them. Start to begin with your breathing.
No, class.
Nap class time.
Yeah.
No, never. But I'll be nice. I'll be nice, won't I? Yeah. So let's just let your arms relax down by your sides. Slide your shoulder blades underneath a little bit. Let your shoulders relax completely. Feels like a relaxing, doesn't it?
It does, you're right on top. Because you're right on sleep.
Are you recording?
I am recording.
No, sorry.
No swearing, no chatting about music today. Nice on deep breaths. Open out through the rib cage. And exhale. Just start to activate your lower tummy. Feel navel pull to the base of the spine. Just a very gentle tilt of the pelvis. Do that again. I want you to bring your legs together. Stretch your arms up and overhead. Reach your fingertips to the back of the room. And I want to point your toes. Ooh, shoulders not like that. Point your toes forward. Continue that breath with your lower back lifting off the ground, and exhale, close it back down, slide your heels away, pull your toes in so you get that full extension through the legs. Keep reaching the arms, but keep the shoulders away from those ears. Point your toes again, lift the hips, allow that lower back to create a little arch, and exhale, close it all again, toes and heels away, bringing the legs together a little bit more. Take the arms up and overhead, relax the arms back down by your side. Take a breath in, point the toes again, left leg is coming up towards the sky. Pause there and just stretch through the back of the knee, engage your lower abs, lift your right leg up to join the left. Pause there, straighten the knees, drop your left leg down slowly towards the floor. And then continue the right leg down to the ground. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, right leg comes up. Pause, stretch it. Abs on, left leg up. Straighten both your legs to the top. Right leg slowly goes back down. Followed by the left. So we'll do that one more time on each side. Inhale the bottom, exhale, left leg up. Right leg comes up to join. Just make sure you pause and stretch. Keep the toes pointed. Left leg slowly drops to the floor. Total control. Right leg joins it. Breath in at the bottom, right leg back up. Straighten it. Bring the left leg up to join. Straighten and pause there. Now toes down, heels up, and straighten out the backs of those legs. If you're really tight, you need to slightly hold on to the back of the thighs just for a brief moment to hold that stretch. Do so. Take your arms a little bit wider so you've got a little bit more stability. And we're going to move our left leg down towards the floor. Don't touch the floor. And then lift it all the way back up. This time your feet can stay relaxed. Right leg down and back up. So we're starting to wake up these lower ab muscles. Continue to think about the stretch of the hamstrings. Keep your legs as straight as they'll possibly go. Doesn't matter if your knees do bend. You just want to still feel that stretch as well as the abs working. So we inhale, we drop the leg. We exhale, we bring it back up to meet the other one. And then inhale the other one and exhale up to the top. So wherever you are, we're going to do 6 more of these. Take the emphasis away from the thighs and the hip flexors. Keep the same pace going down as coming up. Keep the breath. Should be your last 2 reps. Legs meet up at the top. We press those soles of feet up again. Stretch the backs of the legs. Hold it there. If you want a little bit more in your abs, push your legs away a little bit. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're just going to pop them down onto the floor. Legs bent, feet down. Line up with your knees and hips. Keep your arms where they are. Let's lift our hips up into a bridge. Just where you are, drop your buttocks, they brush the ground, lift them straight back up again. So it starts just to warm up the back of the body. Squeeze those butt cheeks, so they're warming up. Push down deeper into the heels to activate your hamstrings. So we're just going to do 10 hip presses. Same breath as we drop down, we inhale, as we breathe out, we push up. But still keep the same pace up and down. On that 10th rep, you hold up at the top. So you've got that lovely strong bridge. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit more. So you just feel a little tilt and push through the thighs to get the elevation. Inhale, lift your left knee in towards your chest. Straighten it up towards the sky. Bend it back and pop it back down and swap to the other side. Right knee in as we inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale, point the toe to bend the knee and pop the foot back down. Left in. Straighten, point to bend, press it down. And again, right side. Just keep breathing. Left side. So just make sure that when you're swapping legs, that your hips don't move. You keep that same position. Lovely hip stability. 2 more on each side. Last one on each side. And you pop your feet down onto the floor. We do some little hip presses at the top, so a little bit faster moving. Wake it all up. Now keep tucking that tailbone under, almost like a kind of slight pelvic thrust rather than a hip press, if you know what I mean. So tuck it under, tuck it under. It's just 6 more of these. Move it. It's not a big move. 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and roll it out to the floor. Good. Take a breath in, let your spine just relax into the ground. Take those arms up above your shoulders. Untuck those shoulder blades a little bit more. Spine flat to the ground, lift the knee to tabletop. Your option is to stay with bent knees, or you can take them straight. Opposite arm to leg is going to press away. So we reach one arm down towards the hip as the leg extends. We bring everything up into the middle and swap to the other side. Dead bug. So if you do it with bent knees, you just extend one leg down and bend it back in again. Now still keep the pace slow. Feet fairly relaxed. And think about that reach as you lengthen. Reach. It's like a little pause at the bottom, so those abs really fire up. Give me 8 more, 4 more each side. Last 3. One more. And then bend those knees. Give them a little hug in, open them wide, so a little roll around to the lower back. Let your abs do nothing. And then take those arms wide. Let's change the motion of the exercises to rotations rather than extensions. So we bend the knees. We let the knees drift halfway to the right, and then tuck your heels close in towards your bottom. Pull the thighs further up towards your right armpit. And I want you to straighten both your legs towards the right hand. Bend them back in again. Stay this side. I want you to give me 8 extensions. So you're working your obliques. Your left shoulder is pinned to the ground. That might be debatable on Anthony as well, but I can't really see him from here. So press bend. How many?
Sorry.
Last 3. See if you can reach towards that right hand. 2, keep the thighs close in towards your right arm. Last 1. And then drop them to the floor. Let's take a little stretch here. Love a little rotational stretch. Reaching your left hand across to the left side and your eyes drift that direction. You're using your right hand to push the thighs down and just feel that lovely resistance. Now 4 deep breaths here. You can release the thigh. Keep the knees close in towards your chest as you lift the legs back into center. Pause in the middle. And I want you to see if you can lift your tailbone off the floor by squeezing your thighs down towards your abs. So your lower belly is pulling your thighs in towards your upper abs. And then I want you to extend your legs forward, pointed toe to about 45 degrees. Bend back in towards your chest. Squeeze in. Pause there. 4, squeeze, 2, and 1. Kick away. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull in now. Squeeze into that chest. Come on. Use your lower ab. Pull the bottom off the floor. And kick away. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more times. First we'll draw in. Get as much lift as you can. Squeeze it. 4 more. 2, 1. Kick away. 3, 2, 1. We just one more time. Extra touch, extra squeeze, pull. 4, 3. Come on, pull those thighs in. And then kick away. Maybe a little bit lower. 4, 3, 2, and pop the feet down to the floor. Let your abs release. Keep your arms out wide. Slide your shoulder blades a little bit more underneath you and then push through your feet to lift those hips back up into a bridge, forward to a bridge. So we're going to do a little step forwards with the feet. Idea here is we don't let those hips drop either side. So we're going to take our left foot forward, right foot goes to join, left foot pops back in, and then the right foot pops back in, and then you alternate. Right, left, right, left. So this can be as easy or as hard as you want it to be. If you want it harder, you step further away. Hamstrings are going to really kick in, and then you will need to use strength to keep your hips level. If you want less, you just do a little tiny step. That's absolutely fine. Some of us may be a bit rusty. I mean, I've had a good few weeks off. So planting is always a bit of a shock to go back to. So just keep alternating. You might now feel I can go a little bit further, so do so if you feel you can. And I want you to give me 6 more of these, please. Let's get these hips a little bit higher. Nearly there. Come on, work it. Make your last few a little bit more of a lift, a little bit more of a lengthening of those legs. And when you've done your last one, just lift those hips up really high. Pause for a moment. And then roll it out. We rest. Big tips slide behind the back of the head. Just bend the elbows. Inhale, roll the chin to chest. Exhale into a crunch. Inhale, simple release. Roll it up. And release. Options to stay here, working your crunches, keeping your legs where they are. You might want to bring them up to tabletop, work your crunches at tabletop. It's entirely up to you. Or if you want, you can go into a C crunch where you drive up and then you tap your feet as your head drops down. Elbows stay wide. And what I don't want you to do is bring your knees right in like that. You want to keep your knees at tabletop when you crunch, and then you just kick them away, you're doing a C crunch. So easy just to tuck them in. It's your chest making their way to the thighs, not the thighs making their way to your chest. 6 more. Slowly through your breath, exhaling up, inhaling down. And after your last one, we're going to hold the crunch. Little pulses at the very top. See if you can just lift that tiny bit further. Elbows open. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2. And then release it. Extend your legs. Reach your arms up and over your head. Stretch the body. Lift your hips. Lift your abs off the ground. Create that lovely curve. And take it all the way back down. Do that again. Stretch. One more time. Good. Let's bend our legs, feet on the ground. Stop, actually. So arms stay in line with the shoulders, with the palms facing up. Lift the knees in towards your chest. And this time, we can drop our knees over to the left. Fold our heels closer in towards our bottom. Tuck the thighs further in towards the left armpit. And let's extend those legs 8 times towards the left hand this time. Try and keep your right shoulder blade pinned to the ground. One, extend, pull them up. Remember, these feet are targeting the left hand. You're not pushing them away, you're pulling them in. Last one, really extend and lengthen and pop your knees to the floor. Catch your left thigh and let's twist, right thigh, sorry, let's twist into that right shoulder. Extending the right arm, looking to that right hand. And count yourselves 3 very deep, long breaths. Then the right arm's going to lift up, and we will find ourselves rolling onto our left sides from there. Hopefully you can see me. I'm going to have my back to you, Anthony, but I think you can see the reflection anyway. So we start low down. The lower leg is bent. The top leg sits at about hip height. We're going to bring the knee up towards the right shoulder. We're going to kick it away, pushing through the sole of the foot. We're going to swing the leg forward in front of the right hip bone. Point the toes, take the leg all the way back with a little gentle squeeze of the buttock behind. Then bring the knee back in. We open it up and out. Flex the foot to kick away. Bring the leg forward. Point the toe, take the leg back, squeeze it. So those hips stay equal. Making sure that as you kick your leg backwards, that you don't end up doing that. Okay, just a squeeze of that. So lovely strong hip flexion to extension. Going forward and extended hip flexion and then squeezing back to hip extension. Planes of motion. So this is quite nice at the moment. This is the build up to a second exercise, just so that you're prepped in advance. So we're going to do one more of these after this. What am I doing? I think I missed the forward motion then. I'll join you now. So one more full one of these. Forward. Now we come back to center. This is where we are. Lift the leg a little bit higher, give me some little circles. So start to focus on the outer buttock, outer thighs. And as we go through these circles, we're going to start moving our leg forward. Every circle a little bit further forward, every circle a little bit further forward until we end up being right in front of that hip joint. Don't let your leg fall lower than your hip height. So now I am full hip flexion. You want to see your toes just in front of your eye gaze. 8, 7, start to move it backwards. 6, 5, get it higher. 4, squeeze that glute. 3, make its way back to where it was. Pause. Lift it up, let's pulse it. Line it up with the rest of your body. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Come on, lift it, lift it, lift it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop it behind the opposite leg. So now I've rotated my hips kind of angled that way, and I rolled onto my left buttock. This leg that's bent in front, keep the thigh where it is and just lengthen out the lower leg. So I'm just off my mat. Abs on, you might want to have your hand here. And we lift that leg straight up into adduction of the left leg. So your core needs to hold yourself in place to almost stop the leg from falling to the ground. So it's your abs that need to control it for the inner thighs getting work at the same time. The legs going up towards the sky. Imagine you try and turn your toes down and your heels up as you do this. Breathing out, inhale down. A very strange smell in the studio today. It's not just with you guys, it's just a strange smell. I noticed it when I walked in. Well, then Mark was already here.
Yeah. Must be you.
6 more of these. Auntie, when you're not here, it's really quiet.
I'm humming quietly to myself.
Hold your last one up. Hold it. See if you can squeeze it up a little bit more. Press, press. Engage your abs to control. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lightly drop it to the floor. Bring your knees together. Just roll back over onto your side. Take a moment. Whilst you're having a little breathe, I'm going to show you what you're going to do. Onto your elbow. We're going to go into a half plank. You can have your arm up, or you can take it there if you want support. That leg goes back up, and we repeat. Knee in, kick away, come forward, squeeze it back. All right? So first of all, set yourself up. You'll do 8 repetitions of this. Lifting to that side plank, half side plank. Yeah, elevation as much as you can. Take the pressure out of your shoulder joint, pull through your waistline. Arm up or down. Take the leg out, pointed toe. We pull in towards the right armpit. We kick away. We come forwards. We squeeze back. In, kick, forward. So at any point you need to drop down, please do. Or more. Two, in, kick, lift the hips a little bit higher, do not sinking down. Last one, in, kick away, come forward, squeeze it back, hold. Lift, lift, lift. Lift the leg, lift the arm. 5, lift, 3, 2, and release. As you slide that Anthony's arm down, take your leg straight, lift the other arm up, bring your hands together, and then lift your hips up and take a little stretch down the right side of the body. And that just allows you to roll over onto your tummies from there. Just literally roll over like a dead weight. And then reposition yourself into the center of your mat. Don't change anything, it will make me, it will freak me out. But when I love you, you don't need to see me, you just need to listen to me, it's very easy, you're not gonna do anything complicated, I promise. Arms go out in line with your shoulders to the sides, just like we're doing your line on your back. Your feet can stay fairly parted. Feet stay glued, so keep your legs engaged. Lift the chest off the floor with the arms floating. Look towards your left hand and then raise your left arm up towards the sky, squeezing your shoulder blade and lifting the left side of your chest. Come back to center and just do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so whilst we're doing this, what you want to make sure you don't do is let that arm float away from shoulder level. By that, I mean, if you let your arm kind of go down towards your bottom, it's easier. It allows a lot more movement. Avoid that. Just reach up towards the sky. Like the back of your hand is pressing to the sky. If it gets too much, you can drop your opposite arm to the floor and give yourself a little bit of support with the arm on the ground. That's also okay. But let's think about squeezing the shoulder blade, rotating the spine, hips stable, legs pinned to the ground. Gosh, I'm actually sweating today. Anybody else, or is it just me?
You've got a lot of layers on.
I do.
Yeah.
There's not a lot on today.
You got another top on, do you?
Well, sport bra, yeah.
Oh, maybe not then.
Okay, give me 4 more. I was hot and flustered before I got here anyway. It's not
Not too bad.
stayed in my body. And my head down. One more. Then we pause in the center. Lift both arms up, lift the chest a little bit higher. Squeeze your lower abs, lift the legs to a hover. Close the legs, close your arms in front of your head. Reach the body and swim kick your arms and legs together. Let's go. If you don't want to swim kick your arms and legs together, drop your arms, do your legs on their own. If you have a shoulder injury, drop your arm. Or come on, let's kick those arms and legs together. 8, 7, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, hands under head, turn your head to one direction, let your body release. Let your shoulder blades just fall apart. Turn your head the other way. And all I'm going to do is turn over to your right side. So just roll onto your right. You see what I mean by with the throw me, if you guys had the switched just doesn't work in my pattern. Okay, so the underneath leg bends forward, not too much, not you want to. The top leg then hovers. The toes pointed, your hands will be on your hip or down by your front of your chest. We bend the left knee in towards the left shoulder. We kick the leg away, dorsiflexing the foot. It comes forward in front of our hip. And then we point the toe to squeeze the leg all the way back behind us. Bend it in towards the left shoulder. Kick it away. Come forward. Point the toe to come all the way back. So when you do this exercise, you pull the knee up to your shoulder, you kick it back down in line with your body, then you swing the leg forward, and then you take it behind. So just remember to change your ankle position as well. You keep your toe pointed until you kick the leg down and away. Then you keep that dorsiflexion of the feet, and then you point your toes to take the leg all the way back behind. Four more, please. Don't speed it up, keep the same pace. Make sure you're breathing. So I'm coming up to my last one. So once I've taken it all the way back behind that last squeeze, bring the leg back to its center point, start to circle it. And we begin to move it forward. Every circle, you go a few inches forward, then a few inches forward until you end up right in front of your hip. Get those circles big, get them high, don't let it drop further down than your hip level. We reverse the circle on the way back. We stay in the same circle, yeah. Keep going, 3 more of these. And then we begin to take it the other way. So reverse the circle. Get the leg as high as you can go. And we're doing 8 more, making your way back to the center. Keep them high. Keep them big. Keep the squeeze at the top. And then we pause when you do that last one. Some little pulses. Let's go. Come on, squeeze it. Press it. Press it. Press it. Let's go. Maximum squeeze at the top. 8, 7, 6. Higher. 4, 3, 2. Drop it behind the opposite leg. Open the knees. So you naturally roll a little bit more off the buttock. Hip bones pointing up that direction. The thigh at the bottom stays where it is. You just extend the bottom part. Abs on, and we lift that leg up and down. So now the left leg's having a little break. Big lift up, slowly down. Make sure it's off the front of your mat, so the leg's nowhere near the other leg. Five, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Let's do a little press the top. Really focus on those inner thighs, abs. 8, 7, 6, get it higher, get it further forward, Mark. 2, squeeze it. Onto the elbow. Okay, we bend the knees, we lift up into that half plank. Set yourself in the right place. Hand on the floor or up to the sky. Squeeze that right butt cheek, then extend the left leg. And let's go. Put it up to the shoulder, kick it away. Take it forward, point the toes, take it back. It's harder to keep the hip stability up here, so as much as you can, work the core to control the movement of the leg. Don't speed through it. Doing my 4th rep. Stay with me if you can. Forward, squeeze it back. Pull it up, kick it away, take it forward, squeeze it back. In, this is the 6th one. Now see if you can lift your hips up a little bit higher. In for the 7th one. Stay with me, lift your hips a little bit higher. This is your last one. Then come to the center, lift your leg, lift your arm, lift your hip, squeeze your butt, lift your leg. 5, lift, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to the floor, straighten your arm underneath you, straighten your legs, reach your arm, hands together, just take a stretch down the side of the body. Just reach. You're going to roll over into your backs from there. Were you departing?
No, not today.
Oh, you're staying full.
Yeah, Tuesday, so now call it 1.
Marvellous. Bend the knees in towards the chest. Slide your hand around the back of the thigh, straighten your legs up to the side. Use your arms to stretch through the back of the legs. Release your arms wider than your mat. Your right leg is going to drop out halfway to the right. Swing it around into a half circle. Lift it up in the center. Left leg out to the left. Swing it around and lift it. And just keep swapping over. If it is any point, feel this is getting a little bit too tough, you want to just take it down a notch in order to gap the reps. Open the knee, extend it long and bend it back in again. So it just takes a little bit of pressure off. Especially if your hamstrings are tight. So when you take your leg out to the side, you want to keep both buttocks firmly on the ground. Okay, we're going to do 8 more. You can do the last 6 with both legs together if you wish. Wide V, swing it around, bring the legs together, pull them up in the middle, or just stay doing 3 more on each side. Doing your last 3 repetitions. And when you've done that last one, lift the legs up to the sky. Slide your hands around the back of the left thigh and drop your right leg flat to the ground. So just lightly hold the leg to find a gentle stretch. To make it a little bit deeper, I want you to lift your chin towards your chest, roll up using your arms, walk up your leg a little bit, and then drive your leg towards your chest. So you drive your chest towards your leg. Extend your right leg as flat down off the ground as you can go, and go deep into extending the knee. Knee length is more important than how far you bring it in. Extend, extend, extend. Hold it. Keep stretching it. Push it, push it, push it. Keep breathing. Relax the shoulders. 2 more breaths. And then gently climb back down the leg. Bend the knee as you do so. Take the hands on the front of the shin. Right hand to the ankle. You might want to wrap your left arm around the front of that leg, and we're driving the knee towards the left shoulder. Pulling the heel down towards the back of the thigh. A lovely deep hip flexor stretch. A bit deeper if you can. Drive a little bit deeper in, push your right leg further away. So try and get your right leg as flat down on the ground as you possibly can, like you're pushing it away from you. And after your next breath, bend your right leg, foot to the ground, pop the left ankle over that right knee. Let's stretch out the left buttock. So catching the right thigh, head and shoulders to the floor. You might want to catch the shin if you're feeling like your buttock's quite flexible today. Tiny bit more weight over into the right buttock. Pull your shoulders back down, open that left knee. Go deeper in the stretch. It's a really lovely opener of the hip. Stretching deep into the piriformis. Now pop the right foot back down. Push the right knee over to the left. And let's take a stretch down the outside of the right hip into the thigh. Maybe open the right arm out, keeping that right side down. Might feel stretch through the abs as well. So ideally, both knees are pressing to the floor. Now, which will roll yourself back into the middle. Once you land in the middle, bring the soles of the feet together, open your knees out to butterfly position. I want you to press your feet quite hard in so that you're resting your feet down to the outer edges of your feet, arms slightly wide of your mat, tuck your shoulder blades under, and lift up into a bridge. And just take a little sway side to side, staying up high. So you're still getting a little bit of a workout, but we're opening up those hips. So you can really rock your knees side to side like a seesaw. One knee tapping down towards the floor, keeping the height of your bridge. Come back to the middle and let's lift up high and pulse those hips up and down, squeezing your glutes. As you do so, keeping the knees as wide apart as possible. So as you lift your hips, they want to close. You need to force them open, but keep that hip press. 8, 7, 6. Come on, open up those knees. 4, 3, 2, and then gently roll it out. Bring your bottom to the floor. Let the knees just fall apart in a relaxed position. And then lift the feet in towards you. Slide your hands down the shins, either catching your shins, ankles, or wrapping your hands around the feet. Push your heels down, lying down butterfly. So you try to get your spine pressed into the floor, and then knees pushed away. So your coccyx is still pressed into the ground. Push the heels down. And carefully close the knees together. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Straighten your legs back up to the skies, holding the sky, holding your hand around the back of the thigh. Relax your arms slightly wide of your mat. Your left leg is going to drop down towards the floor, open out into a circle and come to the center. Your right leg drops down, opens out wide, meets in the middle. Again, you can just bend knees, but you just extend, open out wide, bending it through as you do so, and bring it back together. Good choice. So give me one more on each side. You can carry on with this exercise. 3 more on each leg after the next one, or 6 with both legs together. It's harder with both legs together this way around. So you push the legs away, open out wide, it's a big circle back up to the top for 1. Keep it slow. 2. 3. Loads of ab strength for this if we're doing 2 legs. 4. Make your last 2 really wide. 1 more. And then lift those legs up to the sky. Drop your left leg to the floor. Slide your right hand, your hands around your right leg, sorry. And let's push into a little hamstring stretch here. So your left leg is pinned down. And then you're just pushing your right leg into your hands. Shoulders again, stay relaxed. Begin to walk up the leg, catching the calf, lifting the head and the chest up, shoulders are relaxed, and then push that leg straight to the goal, driving it in. Keep thinking about length of the leg more than anything. Make sure that left leg isn't drifting or bending, pin it down. breathe. A few more breaths here. And then you support back down your leg, bending on its way down. Catching around the front of the shin, left hand to the ankle, heel close into the back of the thigh, and then you use your right arm to drive the knee towards your right shoulder. So you want to really think about pushing your thigh down and then extend your left leg so you're opening up through the hip. You might want to wrap your arm around if you wish to go deeper and work.
It's warm in this now. Air conditioning's off, isn't
It's soon to go on.
it?
It's not on, it's off, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no screen.
Wi-Fi and air conditioning at the same time.
I don't mind the AC off, to be fair. I don't like cold rooms, so I'm all for a deep sweat. I don't like cardio studios, because they're just so cold. But you do appreciate it after about 15 minutes, but. So keeping hold of this knee, slide your left leg foot on the ground, pop the right ankle over the left knee, and let's lift the left thigh, catch it, and stretch the right. It's a central system, so if you press that button, I don't think it will come on. But I'll go and say something. Don't know if it's on in the gym, actually.
Yeah.
I think they're controlled by the same thing. So if you want to catch the front of the left shin to go deeper, feel free. Don't think I can this time. Too tight. Oh. Oh. Take one more breath there. And then release your left foot to the floor. And we're dropping the knee over to the right. So then stretch across. On that left. Pushing the knees to the ground. And then I want you to bring your legs back to the centre. Pop the foot back to the ground. Bring your knees in towards your chest, take them wide. Slide your hands around the back of the thighs, and then just use it as start going to a rolling motion. So, this is for you, Anthony. A rolling motion, especially for Anthony. I know it's his favourite. But as you come up, try and think a bit of core balance. Your feet don't quite touch the floor. Roll it back. Try not to kick your legs too much. It's nice to just throw your legs back and fold them in again. But it's a little bit more challenging. Just keep your heels tucked in a little bit more. Give me 4 or 5 more rolls. Let your spine just curve its way. And when you come to the top, heels to the floor, either catch around the outside over the top, or if you need to, inside. And then just lift your spine, straighten out, and use the force of your feet to pull your shoulder blades back and chest forward. And then let's go down into one more hamstring stretch as we drive forward. Whilst you're here, if you can happily catch your feet, I want you to take your right hand around the outside of your left foot. If you need to bend your left leg, then do so until you catch it. Wrap your left arm around the back, so you bring to the small of your back. And then lift up tall and just take a rotation across that left shoulder. Stay in that rotation. See if you can push your left leg a little bit further away, opening out your right shoulder blade. So you may need to lean in a little bit and then level it up. You may need to pull away to get that feel of stretch. And then release the arm, switch sides. So if everyone bends your right leg a little bit, get a firm grip, wrap the arm, lift your spine, open out to the right, look over that right shoulder, and then push the right leg. As if you're pulling your left arm away to get the stretch of the shoulder blade, and then twist and open your right elbow. And then release it back. Lean back into your hands, fingers pointing out, lift the chest, pull your shoulders back. You can stay here or you can lift all the way up. Hold wherever you are, 2 really long deep breaths. If you're up, gently come down. Sliding the soles of the feet together again, but not too close, no diamond shape. Bring your hands onto your ankles or down to your feet. Soften the spine and just work your way down towards your heels. And this should get more into your lower back. If it gets your hips more, slide your feet further away a little bit, ease it off and then go deeper. Lovely long deep breath, opening out through the rib cage. And then roll up through the spine, sliding your feet into a more comfortable position. So finish off, hands on the knees. Lift up tall if you prefer, hands just behind you to get that elevation of the spine. Closing your eyes, let your shoulders relax. Float your arms, begin to take them up and overhead. Reach up on the inhale. Bringing the hands together, exhaling down. Take a bow on the inhale. Lift up, give yourself a clap. I have a flat today. Thank you all.